If you're like me, you have a lot of questions on Beyblade Burst. More specifically about Phi and Hyde. Like, what's their last name if they even have one? Who are their parents? And why the hey is fully excited thing? Probably not gonna cover that last part, but I couldn't find these answers, so I decided to find them myself. So, let's get started. To start off, I think Phi and Hyde have albinism. Now, if you don't know what that is, it pretty much is a genetic thing that gets passed down through your family. That pretty much means that your skin, hair, and eyes are lighter. And unlike animals, though, which have red eyes, humans tend to have blue or gray eyes because that is the eye color with the least bit of melanin. Not 100% sure, but pretty much melanin means like color in your eye. Now, one thing that caught my attention is people with albinism normally have some type of heterochromia, which pretty much means two-colored eyes. And that's one of the first things that you recognize with Phi and Hyde. Now, I know albinism isn't just a label that you can put on anyone and call it good. But the more you look into it, the more it makes sense. I mean, they both have white or light hair, they both have pretty light skin, two-colored eyes. Phi has a blue eye. They seem to be inside most of the time, which could be due to the fact that albinism makes your skin more prone to sunburns, and they each have one red eye. Now, I don't know if this was intentional or Hiro Morita just thought that looked cool, but a red eye or eyes can be an effect of albinism, though not as common as heterochromia. I mean, if it's not because it's anime, and that's just the style, then the only other way their eyes could be red is contacts or they're bloodshot, meaning their eyes are bleeding or irritated, and I highly doubt that it's that. So, if they are albino, or at least partial albino, which means that you don't have full albino-ness, born on a leap year day and twins, that's pretty rare on its own. But at least Phi, and most likely Hyde too, have the blood type Rh null, which is the rarest in the world, and only 43 people in the world, as of right now, have it. So if they were to really exist, that would be pretty insane. But who would be their parents? They would most likely have albinism or partial albinism too, and probably have similar features. Now, I don't know about their mother, but I think I might know who their father is. The only other person in Beyblade who seems to have partial albinism. No, not Shu, but one of his biggest enemies, Theodore Glass. Why? Well, one thing is his hair. Now, in Beyblade, there are some crazy hair colors and styles, but his is different. He has 3 colors in his hair, and it seems to be, like, sectioned off. Now, this is actually possible in real life, but with, you guessed it, partial albinism. Not enough proof? Assuming Hyde takes after their mother, which would explain the differences, let's compare Phi and Theodore, shall we? First, let's look at their appearance. As you can see, they do look pretty similar. Almost the exact same eye shape and color, face shape, chins, ears, eyebrows, the white hair, even their semi-creepy smile, I don't know what to call it. Even their personalities are similar. For example, Theodore, or Ashton rather, says in the Snake Pit that, and I quote, "Name or faces have no meaning here." In a special chapter in the manga, the Turbo Awakening Supreme Council, which consists of Master Blader Horikawa, Iger's dad, Louis, Shu, and Phi, are agreeing on a name for the bay, Royal King's Prison, which uses parts from Phi, Shu, and Louis' bays. Phi makes a suggestion to name it Royal King Phoenix, and annoys Shu because it doesn't follow naming conventions, to which Phi responds, "Naming conventions? Who cares about that?" So that, on top of him wanting Hades, which wouldn't have gone with his name, means neither of them, Ashton and Phi, really care about names. They also seem to be calm, kind of quiet, slightly terrifying, and have one goal really, to have the best Beyblade that could be anyone, even the protagonist. Even their voices sound similar. If they aren't related, it's a big coincidence, or Hiro Morita just got lazy and used some old design for Ashton for Phi. And I think I'll go down the edge here and say that Boa is also related. I mean, think about it. All his facial features are similar. He has green eyes like Hyde. His hair matches Theodore's light brown hair, creepy smile. Also, fun fact, his snake pit name is Snake Eye. That, in his actual name being Boa, a kind of snake, he may have been the inspiration to start the snake pit, a year or so before Phi and Hyde were born, which is why he couldn't be there to give them their first bays, since he was running both the Raging Bulls in New York and the snake pit in Mexico, or he named Boa after the snake pit. Now that I think about it, though, what if he named Phi and Hyde based off of the bays he used to play with? 'Cause I doubt he accidentally named his kids with the exact same first letters as his two cherished bays as a kid, or at least so he said in the letter. But I'm sure you're thinking right now, but Snowcloud, there's a pretty big flaw in your theory. And I know, Bo and Theodore don't have the same last name, so they can't be related, right? Well, remember how I said Theodore doesn't really care about names, which is even to the point of renaming himself Ashton for his snake pit name? What if Theodore Glass isn't his real name either? His original name in the Japanese dub was Alexander, but was changed so we didn't mix him up with Xander, yet they left two Arthurs, which means he could have had hundreds of names for himself. Maybe so if he ever got caught and or put in jail for creating the snake pit, which I doubt is legal, it wouldn't go back on his family, which may have actually happened considering the fact that Shu now owns the Raging Bulls and we don't see him anymore. It may also be the reason why in the next season characters like Louis and Hyde have security guards. Hyde could have just been because he was traveling from wherever he was from, but so for all we know, they could be the McBoom Boom family, or even all share Boa's last name, Alcazaba. And either way, Phi and Hyde either want no connection or just don't like their last names, similar to Zach, or rather, Zachary Zanguro. Now comes the easier yet unknown by many answer. How old are Phi and Hyde? The reason I say it's easy is because in the flashback, when they were kids, I think that they were 4, judging off of Toko and Nika, or literally any 5-year-old in the anime. Why do I say 4, not 5? Well, since they were born on a leap year, that would be their first actual birthday. And what better time to give your kids their first bays than when Phi leaves Hyde, where Phi may have joined the Raging Bulls, since later it says he was the champion of North America. I'm guessing it was a year or so before Turbo, judging by Hyde's surprise to see Phi and the fact that they haven't changed their clothing. So I'm guessing they're around 11 to 13 in Turbo, meaning that Phi being called Immortal is just a title like Golden Boy or Prodigy, because if someone like Kurt or Xander is 11, I think in this universe, Phi and Hyde could be 2. So that's all I have for theories right now on Phi and Hyde, but remember, it's just a theory. A Beyblade theory. If you got that reference, comment down below. Also, please comment what you thought of my theories and any theories you might have so I can help prove it or completely disagree with it. I'd also like to know if you like my Beyblade theories, or maybe I should do different theories. Like, I have some theories on Gotcha Club and Gotcha Life, Wonder End, Sonic, Studio Ghibli, a lot of different things. So, yeah. Please like and subscribe for more content, and, well,